Hi, y'all. Welcome back to the Gym Girl Diaries. It is Sierra Tuta. Happy Thursday. Did you guys know that Thursday is actually my favorite day of the week? And I'm not just saying that because we started this channel and I'm like the Thursday poster. This has been a thing. Like, you cannot, we will fight. We will fight. Thursday is the best day. Ladies, today we're talking about how our weight loss journeys affected our mental health. And honestly, I don't even know, I literally don't even know where to start. I just remember having some of the worst, I used to have the worst anxiety. So I actually have high functioning anxiety, which means if I'm not being productive, like if you guys are familiar with my content, I'm always talking about how I'm so routine and military timing. And that is because of my high functioning anxiety. If I'm not on routine, if I'm not in schedule, then I'm not functioning properly. And that gives me so much anxiety, but it's also a productive anxiety, right? Because I'm always getting things done. I'm always 30 minutes early. I'm always up before the roosters. I'm always making sure things get done, except for those days where I'm like, girl, breathe, breathe. It's okay. Which is rare, but I have to have those days. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't. So, with that being said, my anxiety actually used to be worse when it came to meeting new people, when it came to going out in public settings, when it came to thinking people didn't like me. I would have episodes where I would literally be in my closet trying to pick out an outfit right before going out. And as I'm trying clothes on, I'm sweating my makeup off. My tank top is sticking to my back. Now I'm mad. Now I'm getting frustrated and I'm trying all these clothes on, but I have to take a break because my back hurts, my knees hurt, I'm sweating, my makeup is coming off, my hair is getting frizzy. Curly girls, when you start sweating and you have a little bit of curls in your hair, yeah, forget whatever hairstyle you just put in your head. It's kissing you goodbye as soon as it hits a little bit of heat and moisture, okay? It is ridiculous. So by the time I even would find an outfit, which was 90% of the time never, um, my makeup and hair would be gone. So it would be pointless. And I would literally take like 2-3 hours to try to find these outfits and put these looks together just for me to end up crying the rest of my makeup off. Whatever was left, I'd cry the rest of that off. And then I would lay on the carpet in my closet with the lights off, close the door, cancel my plans, and sleep. And I would fall asleep crying. And that is not even exaggerating. I did that a lot. Like, that was a routine every time. Because the thing about it was, I wanted to still live a regular life. Like, I was not always 300 pounds. In high school, I actually played sports. I was on the girls' football team. I was the quarterback. I was very athletic. I did 2 PE classes back to back. Did I struggle with my weight and was I a yo yo weight dieting kid? Yes, because I was told from my family members that my weight was an issue. When in reality, looking back, I was actually completely healthy. I was just a little thicker in the thighs and I might have had a little bit of a pinch of a belly, but honestly, y'all, I was so unbelievably healthy and nobody ever bothered to tell me. It was just that I was not super skinny. That was the issue for everybody. And I feel that my family also probably was projecting their own insecurities onto me, thinking I was going to head in straight into their direction. But the difference was is I was an active kid in multiple PE classes and I loved sports and I walked to and from school and to and from Starbucks when I wanted a drink or to Walgreens. And that was every single day. I was getting over 10,000 steps guaranteed. And this is before I even knew what any of that meant. I've just had time to reflect. I used to go to football games. I used to have a lot of friends. I would hang out with my friends every day after school. They would come over to my house or I'd go over to their house. We'd go to the mall. Like, I was always outside with my friends and I was always doing something. I was always at a house party. I was always getting into something. I was always running the streets at night. I wasn't being fast. A lot of people mistake my upbringing as me being fast. Me being fast and me trying to just stay out so that I don't have to be at home, and also trying to do things for my own survival, such as like trying to find ways to make creative dollars and money and things like that. It's not, no, I was not, like that. Anyways, that being said, when I was 300 pounds, I would miss having all of my friends because I lost all my friends in the 8-year relationship that I was stuck in. I lost all my friends, but the person that I was with still had his group of friends. So I was always around guys, and I was always around my brother and things like that. And I had a mutual friend group with my brother and my ex at the time, right? Because they were best friends. So I would always try to go out. I would always try to go out, and it was usual for me. I'm like, I miss going out. I miss having a good time. I always did that growing up, and I just don't get to anymore. I just don't like to as much because of my weight. Because every time I go in the closet, I cannot find an outfit to save my life. I remember being in that relationship with that person and him also getting frustrated at these episodes I would have because he wouldn't really know what to say to them. And he was kind of supportive on a few occasions where he'd be like, it's okay, I'm just going to tell them that, you're not feeling well and it's okay. Don't even worry about it. Like, there were times that he was supportive, but there were also times that he would get frustrated, and reasonably so, because I was getting frustrated too. And we would sit there and have conversations back and forth, or I'd be like, I don't know why I do this. I'm so sorry. Like, when I lose weight, this will never be a problem again. I will be so open to going out. I already want to. I just don't feel good. Like, I don't have an outfit and I don't want to go out looking crazy, especially like knowing I'm going to probably see people that I knew in school, and I just am not in the greatest position right now. So I just really don't want to do this. Like, but I would always use that excuse of when I lose weight, when I lose weight, when I lose weight, when I lose weight. When I lose weight, I'll travel. When I lose weight, I'll get on a plane for the first time. When I lose weight, I'll have friends finally. When I lose weight, I'll want to go out with you more. When I lose weight, I will be able to fit into any outfit I want. When I lose weight, I will stop having nearly as much anxiety. Now, is all of that untrue? No. Weight loss did significantly help with a lot of that. It helped with my confidence as far as being able to pick an outfit and just go. It helped me be confident in, or should I say, less self-conscious about my appearance when going to meet new people for the first time. I was less worried about my appearance because I didn't have to worry about what I was wearing, or if my belly was poking out, or if my butt looked flat in these jeans, or whatever the case might be, right? And I can't say that weight loss directly helped my anxiety, but it kind of indirectly helped my anxiety because, like I said, once I lost the weight, now I don't have to worry about clothes, and clothes weren't an issue, which means going out and meeting new people was less of an issue. And the only part that I had to work on as far as anxiety went was literally actually outreaching and getting over my own social anxiety at that point, which is talking to strangers, doing things by myself, making friends for the first time since middle school and high school and things like that. And that was the aspect that eventually ended up helping with my anxiety. And when I think about it, like I told you guys, when I was in school, I was very social. I was very much outside. I was very much popular and had a lot of friends. So to think that when I was at my heaviest, I was at my lowest point, it kind of is like I literally was like extroverted, introverted, and then extroverted again. And I'm like, I don't know which version of me was the real me, but I clearly was at a low point when I was at my heaviest. And it severely affected everything in my life. Like, I could barely walk through a grocery store for 5 minutes without my back hurting or without pain. And so I would literally have my ex do all of the grocery runs for me. Like, I would literally not get out of the car. I'd have him go inside while I'm sitting in the passenger seat scrolling on my phone, and he would do all the grocery shopping. Throughout my weight loss, I was so much more open-minded to doing a lot of new things. Did it completely solve all of my problems? No, I still went through a super bad breakup. I still deal with imposter syndrome. I don't know if that's exactly what we can call it, but sometimes I feel that I was so quiet for 8 years of my life and so zip-lipped and so tucked off after being extroverted for majority of my life, that now as an adult, I feel like I didn't get to live those young years of my life. And for 24, sometimes I feel a little bit immature because of how much I talk, for how loud I am, for the way that I speak. And that's kind of the issue that I still deal with, regardless of weight. That's one of the things that I constantly am thinking about, which is why, like, recently I got on my own YouTube channel to start vlogging, is because I have a smaller audience there and there are not nearly as many people watching. So I don't feel the pressure of like, am I yapping too much? Am I talking too much? Am I posting too much? Am I doing too much? Are people thinking I'm like just so like too much, you know? So that came with weight loss, right? Now I think that now more than ever, like, people appreciate my confidence, but they also say that I am so full of myself. If you ever see my before pictures, I can put some on here. I would still get dressed up. I would still do my makeup because that is exactly what I used to do when I was younger, when I would go out. And that was still who I wanted to be. It was between my weight and my relationship that kept me from really being at my fullest potential. But that confidence has always kind of been there. It was just tucked on the back shelf for a second. So when people say, like, oh, she's so full of herself, or now that she's lost weight, she switched up. Like, I've even heard that from my own mother. When people say that you do lose certain relationships after weight loss, that is true. I lost a whole relationship. I lost a whole mother. I lost a lot of people that I would say I was glued at the hip with. And I have never known anything else until I literally packed my life into 7 boxes and moved across the country by myself with my cat. And at this point, my cat is all I know. My cat is my rock. Like, that's why I'm a crazy cat lady. Because Misty, that girl has seen it all. She has seen it and been through every last moment of this adult life with me. So I'm kind of rambling and jumping back and forth. I hope we're stringing this. I didn't write anything down. Another thing is body dysmorphia. It's really hard to see yourself go from the lowest weight, then regain. And the other mental battle that I've been dealing with that aspect is, do I want to be super skinny? Do I want to be 160 pounds, or are you comfortable at 190? And then with loose skin and me being so young and me being like, I don't have kids yet, and I also don't want to spend $10,000 to $16,000 on a tummy tuck, uh, um, because it's a cosmetic procedure and I don't care that much about my appearance. I'm like, I've built so much muscle. I've got down to my lowest. I can do a tummy tuck. People are telling me that I'm regaining a little bit, and I know I'm regaining because I'm not doing everything that I should be. But at the same time, I don't want to be an extremist, and I also want to find balance in my life. I'm also happy with exactly where I'm at right now. Could it be a little bit better? Could we be a little bit skinnier? You can always be a little bit skinnier. That's just a constant battle that I'm always facing. I'm like, okay, do you want to build muscle? Do you want to cut? Do you want to lose a few pounds? Do you want to maintain? Do you want to recomp? And every day that I look in the mirror now, I see a little bit of a different version of myself, because I've seen the heaviest version, I've seen the skinniest version, I've seen the strongest version, and now I'm kind of like always in the middle or fluctuating. And sometimes I'm a little bit more cut and you can see my abs, and some days I'm super bloated and I wouldn't dare put leggings on. Then there's the aspect of social media and cameras. I don't really care about the comments that people make. It's actually, whenever somebody comments something negative about me, I immediately flip it and think so, like, the complete opposite of myself. If you say that I'm fat, I immediately am like, she's skinny. That's why they're mad. If somebody is like, she's ugly, I'm like, I'm the baddest girl they've ever seen, and that's why they're mad. Like, just to keep myself from falling into that trap of the internet. It's not that aspect of the internet that I'm talking about. It's the cameras, it's the angles, it's the clothing, it's the way that you can pose. But when you're done posing, you don't look the same. And that's a part of body dysmorphia too. Like, you can turn and pop it and look like a slim, thick baddie. But by nighttime, when you put those pajama pants on, or when you hop in the shower and you're actually looking in the mirror, you're like, I don't actually look like that, do I? Like, I thought I did though, like, you know? And it's hard to see these different versions all the time, but it's, it's a part of it, I guess. So overall, I will say that weight loss absolutely helped my mental health. It did not fix every single one of my problems, but the problems that I used to have, I let my weight control those parts of my life. Can I blame myself? No, because if I went back there, I'd probably do the same thing. I'd be so ashamed of where I was at. at that point in my life that I would restrict myself from getting on planes, and I would restrict myself from being in public, and I would restrict myself from going out too much. Like, I don't know. It's just a part. That's what we do as people when we like are not necessarily happy with who we are and who we show up as. So to this day, everything is a work in progress. Food noise is a whole other thing. I always say once you're big, like you never stop being big in the head. I always call myself a big back still because I am like I'm genuinely big, y'all. Like I would eat so much pasta. It's not even funny. I would eat so many croissants. I would eat a gallon of ice cream right now, and it would make me feel so disgusting, but I would totally do it. That's it's food noise. Food noise is hard. Food noise is hard. It will forever be hard for me as somebody with a sweet tooth, as somebody who works from home and is always bored. Especially if I'm not out doing something that's creative or active or in nature, I'm always just like, something sweet would be good right now. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of it. Like I said, hopefully I didn't jump around too much and hopefully some of it actually made sense to our brains. I will try to come back more organized next time, maybe with like a bullet point list of things that I want to touch from like point A to point Z. That way we're not going A D F A G booty. That's what I mean by I'm just a little ridiculous, you know? I will see you guys next Thursday whenever we talk about our next topic here on the Gym Girl Diaries. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the post notifications because we are posting 5 videos a week, one from each different influencer, and we are all your favorite. We're all your favorite. So that's why you can't miss any videos. So make sure to interact and give us some love. Give us some love. Let us know what you actually want to see. Like, give us some video ideas too, because we're always brainstorming like every week in our little group chat and stuff. Also, we can live stream. We will. I'm gonna make sure we get together at least once by the end of this year so that we can actually make a video all together. Subscribe, like, comment. Love you.